Hello everyone, my name's Doc, and a letter from ZOS's new studio head, Jo Burba, sorry if I mispronounce your name, dropped today. I figured I'd take a little break from some projects that I'm working on to bring you this quick video just going over the letter as well as sharing my thoughts on it. So let me just start by reading you the letter real quick. After 20 years in the game industry and 13 years at ZOS, I am both humbled and honored to lead the incredibly talented team here as we continue our work on The Elder Scrolls Online. Taking the baton from Matt in this ongoing MMO journey, I am lucky to have learned many important lessons on both leadership and maintaining the long-term relationship we have with our ESO fam. Before I share more about myself, please allow me to assure you, the ESO community, that the game isn't going anywhere and the studio is continuing to work hard on new features, adventures, and improvements. We said that there's big changes to the world of Tamriel on the horizon, and that hasn't changed. We will be sharing more about those soon. During this departure, Matt told me at the core of ESO success are two teams, the team at ZOS and the ESO community. The game would not exist without either. They, the players, are the beating heart of the game, and we developers should never ever forget that. I actually spent the first 5 years of my game's career in community, first for City of Heroes, classic, and then on Tabula Rasa, I think, both at NCSoft. Then I spent time in production learning the everyday art and craft of development before landing at ZOS. For those of you that have been here since beta, you might remember that I started my journey with ZOS as the director of the community, and I had the luck to hire both Jessica Folsom and Gina Bruno in those early days to start bringing developers and players together. When ZOS neared ESO's PC launch, I managed the beta program and transitioned to be the live services director, a job less visible to the community, but one where you were always first in my mind. My role was to lead the teams that ensured the game remained up and running to get updates into your hands. That role also put me at the intersection of development and the amazing teams at Bethesda, including community, marketing, finance, infrastructure, operations, and internal team management and support, working closely with Matt all along the way. The core tenets that we have learned over the years haven't changed. These values are the stars that guide us through difficult times. People first, game always, turn square corners, integrity is our guiding light in all we do, all hands on deck when the inevitable storm happens, own our mistakes and make repairs quickly, get a little bit better every day at being open to feedback and focused on learning. Everyone has a place in our studio and in our worlds. As for the future, the recent loss of our colleagues sent painful shockwaves through the entire studio. Right now, we have an all-hands-on-deck approach and we are focused on learning. While we reflect, focusing on ESO is our priority. Our partners at Bethesda and Xbox believe, as I do, that ESO, like other MMOs who are still updating their worlds after 10, 20, or 30 plus years, is a long-term home for our players. When we add that 30 plus years long view to our list of stars that guide us, it can steady us with clear-eyed purpose even when storms hit. We are still holding on to our values, we are still building ESO with you and for you, we are still ZOS, evolving and getting better every day, we are still Bethesda. We thank all of you who have sent kind words of support during this time and appreciate everyone over the years who has supported the team, be they fellow developers, partners, or players. I'm excited to create the future of ESO and ZOS with all of you. I'll leave you with a parting note from Matt. Thank you all, referring to devs and community members, for everything you've collectively done for ESO, for ZOS, and for the gaming world. ESO is a titanic achievement and will endure and thrive. And I will be there as well, living in my favorite fantasy virtual world. See you all in Tamriel. So, overall, not too much to unpack here, right? It's mostly just a reassurance to the community, and I'm sure to the developers as well, that ESO isn't going anywhere. Despite what all the Reddit threads, forum comments, and YouTube videos would have you believe, ESO isn't dying. I'm sure to the non-doomers out there that really isn't surprising. ESO has made a lot of money and has a pretty decently sized player base. Is it up there with games like World of Warcraft or Counter-Strike? Well, no, of course not, but I've talked about it before on the channel that calling this game dead or dying is incredibly hyperbolic. Like they said, there are games that are still receiving updates with much smaller player bases after almost 30 years. Best example of that is the original EverQuest, which is 26 years old. and still receiving updates as of the time of typing the script. Sure, maybe that's an exception, not the rule, but who's to say that ESO can't follow suit? However, despite all of that, I do understand the necessity of this letter and why people may be fearing the worst. A game company experiencing layoffs while also changing their content model to what many players perceive as less content can definitely lead someone to the conclusion that the game is dying even if it isn't. And I think that that's the biggest thing, and why I do understand the necessity of this letter, is player perception. If I'm a potential new player and I'm thinking about checking out the game, then I hop onto the internet to see what the community is saying, I may be hesitant to commit to a game where every other thread and comment is someone complaining about one thing or the other. So, I appreciate this letter from Jo, and I know that the letter nor my video will probably change much. There will still be people who say this or that about the game or the community or the studio, and I understand. Some people may not like the current state of balance, PvP, monetization, communication from ZOS, whatever, right? And that will never change because you just can't make every single player happy. It's just not possible. All I'll say is that despite all the doom and gloom in the community lately, there's a lot to love about ESO, and I think it's in a pretty good place, all things considered. Is it perfect? No, of course not, but I really do think ZOS cares about the player base, and this letter only reinforces that. And hey, I don't have any stakes in this. I work a regular job, and I'm not part of the content creator team yet. I make content on this game because I love it. If I just wanted views, it'd be really easy for me to sit here and say that the game is dying, blah, blah, blah. Because negativity always gets far more interaction regardless of the medium. I don't believe that, though, and I'm happy to hear that ESO still has plenty of life in it. Anyway, enough of my rambling. We'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming soon. I just wanted to take a few minutes of your day to bring a little positivity and encourage people maybe to take a few minutes to reflect on the things that they do love about the game rather than what they don't. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the link tree in the description so you can follow me on stuff and join my Discord server. I'd also like to take a moment to thank my Patreon supporters Tyler Scott, Dylan Stewart, and Sharni Lee, as well as my YouTube members King Gingy, Durgy, insert username Eric from Ohio, and Timeburn. Thank you guys for continuing to support me, and I appreciate it. I think all I've got left to say is that I've been Doc. Take care of yourselves, be good to others, be kind to each other, ESO fam, and I will catch y'all in the next one.